Hey guys, how's it going? It's Danconia and welcome back to Overwatch. What should I call this? Pro Overwatch? Esports Overwatch? I don't know. But I've been waiting to hear about news on this for ages. So, announcing the 2019 Overwatch World Cup. Yes, the World Cup is back for another year. I made a video on this a while back saying, with the restructuring of the Overwatch League this year, where was the Overwatch World Cup going to fit in? Because the Overwatch League runs for a long time this year, going well into August. So, there is a restructuring of the Overwatch World Cup this year, which comes as no surprise considering what the Overwatch League are doing and contenders with the gauntlet and all that. There's quite a busy schedule for pro players right now, and so the Overwatch World Cup is going to start changing to try and cater for that. More teams will now go to Anaheim and BlizzCon. It'll now be a total of 10 teams, but let's start off from the start, okay? So, as before, all teams, or all countries I should say, will get seeded. They always did this to weed out the best teams, whatever. South Korea will be at the top, America will be near the top, China are normally near the top. It goes on SR, average highest SR or something like that. I don't know how it properly works, but normally at the top you get South Korea, America, China, the UK are quite high up there. France will probably be quite high up there. Canada. Yeah, Canada will be up there. Australia are actually quite high up there, I think, as well. So you get the seedings, and then the top 5 ranked seeded teams will get a bye into the group stages. The group stages will take place at BlizzCon. And then you get an open single elimination bracket. These are called the preliminary rounds. 5 teams will qualify from this open single elimination bracket, and they will join the 5 seeded teams at BlizzCon. This all takes place before BlizzCon's opening ceremony, which is on Friday, November the 1st. There's no actual dates for the preliminary rounds. You'll be able to watch them online, but they won't be like the group stages of previous years, where there have been 4 group stages held all over the world, and then it's all that sort of thing. Like, one was held at the Blizzard Arena, one was held in France last year, so on and so forth. It won't be like that anymore, because there's just not time for it. The players can't do that. So there will be an online elimination bracket, which will decide 5 teams that qualify for the group stages of the Overwatch World Cup 2019. They will be joined by the top 5 seeded teams, making a total of 10 teams that will go to BlizzCon. So, after as the Overwatch League website so kindly says, after the opening ceremony of BlizzCon and the doors open, the group stage will commence. And these matches, a lot of them will be played simultaneously at the same time. So, there's going to be some... Let's be honest, if you're a supporter of a country, you don't normally support another country, but if you want to watch all these matches like I would, it's going to be quite difficult, but there will always be VODs to watch anyway. So, they'll be played simultaneously. This is to get through the matches, because it'll be a round robin. There'll be a lot of matches to get through in just one day. And then the top 6 teams, so 3 from each group, Group A and Group B, will advance to a single elimination playoff bracket to award the gold, silver and bronze medals on Saturday, November the 2nd, which is the 2nd day of BlizzCon. So, it's going to be different, and it's going to be interesting. If you want to follow multiple teams, that's fine, because there'll be streams of it all. I expect it's going to be quite similar to the way the Overwatch League Pass works. So you're going to be able to probably select which teams you want to watch. It's interesting. They're going to have more international coverage this year as well, because I believe there was a contract signed for the Overwatch World Cup for broadcasting rights in Germany. Actual TV broadcasting rights, so it might be that it's on TV in some countries. I don't know how that'll happen, but all these people will have access to player interviews. It will become much more like the Overwatch League in terms of the way it's broadcasted, I believe. That's what I'm getting from this anyway. So, interesting. So if we talk about the national rankings, which is where it all starts, this year, before matches start, I'm just reading from the Overwatch League website here, countries will be seeded by a weighted point ranking system based on final placements in the 3 previous Overwatch World Cups. Oh, so that's changed from previous years. Points are awarded along a spectrum of ranging from 1 point for a round of 32 appearance to 10 points for a gold medal. Obviously, we know who's going to get the 10 points. The points accrued over those previous years are weighted in favour of frequency, so 100% for 2018, 50% for 2017, and 25% for 2016. So, ties between the 2 countries will be settled by the most recent year's results. Then, if required, by the most recent head-to-head results. So that will probably mean that ranking quite high. Obviously, South Korea, Canada will probably rank quite high. The UK might well rank quite high because they've only missed 1 BlizzCon, I believe. France, US, obviously. Who else? China, perhaps? But I couldn't tell you who the top 5 seeded teams will be, apart from I'm almost certain that 2 of them will be America and Canada, America and South Korea, possibly Canada also, because Canada got to the final and then got to the semi-final. And then 2 last places. Difficult to tell. I think the UK might be one of them, because they've had decent results in history, especially last year, obviously. So, and I think it might just be that the top 5 seeded teams are the US, South Korea, Canada, China, and the UK. Maybe. That maybe might be your top 5 seeded teams, but it's hard to tell at this early stage anyway. So, obviously there's a big application process for all the competition committees for each country and all that. Phase 1 starts in May 15th to 23rd, where the committee applications and endorsements are done. Phase 2 is the committee voting, which is May the 30th to June the 9th, so you can vote for who you want on your country's committee. No doubt the UK will probably be Stylosa. So Phase 3 will be the player selection, where they select players from various teams. I expect the UK will be something like Cruise, Boombox, Fusions, Kib. Yeah, there you go. And there's half of your UK team already. That'll be June the 13th to July the 14th. You never know. South Korea is probably just going to be Vancouver Titans. So that will be built, and then you will see the qualification, the preliminary rounds, and then you'll go to the group stages. It's really interesting to see where they're going with the Overwatch League, the Overwatch World Cup. I'm worried about how congested all the fixtures are. That's my only worry about it. It's going to be an awesome weekend of viewing. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the Overwatch World Cup last year was very entertaining. Yes, you'll all go, oh, South Korea won it again. They're going to win it again this year. I don't know. I said last year, at the end of the 2018 World Cup, I think next year's the year that breaks it. And I still believe that. Funnily enough, the only problem I have with it right now is the big looming thing that is Vancouver Titans, and if South Korea just run the roster from Vancouver Titans, which they could do. And I think it depends heavily. Again, we're talking about November here, because you're going to see South Korea in the finals. So, we don't know what the meta's going to be. There'll be new heroes. There'll be new maps. We already know that Havana will be coming. We don't know what the game pro level is going to look like in November. But if it's like anything like it is now, if South Korea don't run a Vancouver Titans squad, I feel they're missing a trick. Or 2. Or 3. Or maybe 6. Yeah, it'd be really odd. But I'm telling you now, apart from obviously South Korea winning it, if we see a World Cup like we did last year with the upsets against the USA-UK match was a massive upset. China doing so well was an upset as well. If we see anything like we did last year, then it's going to be a heck of a World Cup, especially with so many teams at BlizzCon fighting it out. I mean, 10 teams at BlizzCon, that's crazy. We're not just going to have the finals bracket, we're going to have the group stage as well. So, yeah. the Overwatch World Cup is back for 2019, and I can't say I'm really, really pleased. I'm really, really pleased to see it back. And it'll be interesting to see what the players think of such a congestion in basically 2 days. When you think about it, if you go all the way to the final, you're going to have to play 4, 5, 6, 7 games in 2 days. It's a lot of Overwatch to play in 2 days. Yeah. And especially teams like South Korea and a lot of the UK team now, USA, China, a lot of those teams will have been playing, or their players would have been playing in the Overwatch League. So there could be a lot of burnout from the top teams, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows? And will we see XQC? Somehow I doubt XQC is going to play for Canada this year. I don't know. He might do. He might do. I know what XQC is like. He'll get it in his head to absolutely grind Overwatch like 2 months before the World Cup, and then he'll qualify for Canada. But it should be a really interesting World Cup. Obviously, there'll be more videos nearer the time once we know more. I will probably talk about the seeded teams at some point, and we'll go over the preliminaries, and the Overwatch World Cup roundup will come back at some point. I'd have to plan that out. I'm gleaming that I really want to do that series right now, but I have nothing to work off. So yeah. Actually, the roundup is going to be all year long when you think about it. Because you'll have the Overwatch League roundup, and then straight after that, if not slightly simultaneously, you'll have the Overwatch World Cup roundup as well. Oh, it's going to be a long year. But I can't wait to see BlizzCon and the World Cup anyway. So, that is your roundup for... Roundup? Yeah, I suppose it is a roundup. For the Overwatch League the Overwatch League, the Overwatch World Cup 2019. And it'll be back nearer November, probably midway through October. The preliminaries will be, because I think the Overwatch League will finish late August, early October. So that would be my guess. Maybe no. Early September, I think the Overwatch League will finish when we get the grand finals and all that. We don't really have dates for the grand finals right now, but it should be really interesting, and I think we might see some odd results. Well, some more odd results compared to last year anyway, in this year's World Cup, because it's quite congested and there will be a lot of burnout from top teams. But I guess the big question everyone will ask, will South Korea win it again? Who knows? They got driven so close by the UK last year. Remember that though, there were 2 draws. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the UK beat the USA. Anyway, I'm rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give a like, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next video. See you then.